Hi, I'm Anna.
And I'm Ben.
And we are AutoSave. Welcome to our channel.
Today we're watching Mob Psycho Season 2, Episode 8. Last episode was, again, one of my favorite in the series. I feel like a bit of a broken record, but at the same time, it's worth sounding like that due to the last episode. Like, it was just very emotional. It was hard-hitting. And I loved the development between Reagan and Mob. And we're back, seemingly, on the same side.
It deserves your affirmations.
I don't know where to go from here. I mean, I assume that we're just kind of like, not to say clean slated, but because like development did happen, and I do expect there to be changes in Mob and Reagan's relationship.
It's going to be almost a new relationship.
Yeah, but we're going to, I assume, be battling other people or coming up against other antagonists rather than fighting in our inner circle. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Maybe Claw's gonna come?
I think it's time for Claw. I mean, Claw has a very big presence in the opening, and I feel like that can't just be for naught. You know, there has to be a reason to put such a heavy focus on the different members of Claw that are still alive and active within Claw, because obviously we've met some members of Claw that, you know, were so swayed by Reagan and Mob's presence that they have left Claw behind and are trying to live a more honest life.
I kind of liked Sho when we got a little bit of him, and I'm very curious to see if we get him back in the show, if he would turn out to be like redeemed at all, or he would be like an actual villain, or if it would be like a Teru kind of situation, but just like longer to get there.
I almost feel like because this show is so ready to talk about kind of the difference between emotions from someone that's a child to someone that's an adult to someone who's growing into an adult, and very kind of, I would say, realistic and accurate to those emotions. I feel like the idea of thinking of Sho as will he be a villain is hard for me because of the fact that it's a not an adult. And I feel like at that age, you know, there could be a lot of complex things that they do with that character if he's doing not nice things or evil things.
Yeah.
You know, there could be the power play of he has a father or some type of father figure in Claw. You know, we don't really know if he'd be truly evil or not, or if he'd be kind of have his, what's the word? Swayed a certain way by an elder.
Yeah.
Or if he'd just think it was fun and not know the consequences of his actions.
He referred to the guy as father at the end of last season, but regardless of how old he is, I mean, do we think Sakurai is like on the right side of things now because of the talk he had with Reagan? Or like,
I don't think so. Mainly because of the part he plays in the opening. I'm just using that as my evidence.
We had the one guy who was also from Scar, I think, who had like the evil spirits like caught like a Pokemon trainer, and we saw him again in this season, and he wasn't like as
I don't believe
evil.
he was in the opening fighting them though.
That's true. You ready?
Yeah.
Sweet. Yes. Aww. Okay. I don't know where this episode's gonna go, but I really enjoyed that. Little peek at the life of Mob and his family. We don't know much about his parents, you know?
No. It seems like the mom primarily is the one that tells him to stop, and the dad just kind of like, let him do his thing, he's growing.
I feel like we usually don't get subtitles.
Were they
No
always
way.
there? It all begins when it hits 100. I like having the Mob is alive. Mob is high. Perfect time, Mob. You've been practicing running.
モブ君、
何？
ちょっと相談したいことがあって待ってるから。
いや、
No.
また告白しないんじゃね。
普通に相談でしょ。エクボはいちいち大げさなんだよ。
ちょっと前までは女と話す。
That would have worked on him before, Dimples, right?
マラソン大会のことなんだけど。
マラソン大会のことなんだ。あれ？こいつほん。
さあ、ぶっちぎりの1位で集った見物集団がいるの。
ファン？
サイコヘルメット
あれか。
出たみたいで、映像解析して制服から小中学校が特。あのポルターガイスト現象はフェイクじゃないって劇的なものにしたくない？僕は自力で走るよ。今はランニングしてるし、頑張れば10位以内に入賞できる。
Hell yeah.
Setting goals for himself.
目標を立ててたとは。
先生でしょ。そんなごたごたに構う余裕。
しまった。どうした？マラソン大会で入賞したら告白しようと思ってたのに。なんだと？大会でいいとこ見せたかったんだ。
Oh.
I like all these plans he has.
俺様にもそこまで。10位以内に入るしかない。
あんた去年の順位覚え
91位。
Oh. Out of 300?
後ろから10位に。
Who finished behind him?
I know, that's what I'm wondering.
俺の兄貴とか聞いときましょうか。
付け焼き場のアドバイスでなんとかなるレベル。い
体を調整するとか。
やダイエットじゃないんだから。
しかない。
その通りだ影山。それでこそ。
Hell yeah.
方法とか効率とかは関係ねえってのはそう生優しい言葉じゃねえ。覚悟はあるのか。俺の乱襲やる。
What a good guy.
鬼瓦先輩、どうして？
せいぜい気張れ。
え
おう、それ。腹がサイズ間違えて買った靴。
マラソン大会が近いんだよ。マラソン大会内に入って意中のつぼみちゃんに告白するんだって。告白って。
Mob has changed, Reagan.
Help him out.
って当分客も来ないし。
Oh, he's fully booked.
ジョギングとかして慣らした方が同じコースを足に覚えさせるんだ。
This is amazing.
Training arc?
Come on.
Oh my gosh. This is good for Reagan, too.
ここのところお茶するか？まだ1キロぐらいですよ。よっか。
Ritsu, join them.
マラソン大会の練習？告白するんだとよ。鷹に遊んでもらったことがあるけど、と苦手なタイプだ。
I love this music.
かくれんぼのとだった気が。兄さん。
You saw how happy Mob looked knowing that she was looking for them?
母さん、僕がやるよ。
Everyone's helping out. This is amazing.
鬼めよ。
Ritsu loves to spoil Mob.
兄さん頑張ってるみたいだ。
Please tell them the whole thing.
その間
Less sweat droplets that time. Good job, Reagan. I love that they all run like this.
He looks pretty okay. There's a weird sound there.
兄さんのためですよ。
Look at Teru's denim shirt.
So cute.
予約してないんですけど。
ああ、今ならすぐ。
Is Ritsu hiding?
なんでか隠れました。こんなうさんくさい店とつながりがあるなんて悟られるわけにはい。
相談もやってるって
What?
聞いてきたんですけど。
Oh my gosh. Ritsu, tell Reagan.
恋愛相談？私も塩中には知り合いがいるんですよ。レゲン、おそらく同級生、もしくは先輩。
当たってる。
なる。スパイクをプレゼントしようと思ってるのか。高価なものだと気持ちより先にしまうし、それならまず友人関係。
Mob.
というわけで、ミキさんは何も。
So interesting to see Tsubomi, right?
私も相談いいですか？
Okay.
ええ、もちろん。あなたも恋愛。
他校の子なんですけど。
Oh.
おう。
よく話しかけてくれる。
さっきからどうしたの？
一緒になったりもするんですけど。
Is she intentionally making it up?
どうでしょうか？
Or is it true?
隠してもいいかもしれませんね。おい。相手もあなたが気になっているのは間違いない。十中八九うまくいくはずです。終わった。
ありがとうございました。
She might have been testing him.
I don't know what gives us that basis to go off of, though.
She only asked after she saw that Mob was on the board.
She did make it up.
ミキが詐欺とかに騙されたらや。それでつぼみとしてはどうだったの？だな。
She has to put a little faith in Reagan because Mob knows Reagan.
Tsubomi's a very interesting character.
I know, I don't know what to think of her yet.
You have no idea.
He's been training so hard.
He's gonna come in like 290th place this time.
He probably gave it to each other, that makes sense. It's not a coincidence, you all hang out. It's pretty convincing.
I'm so happy what they did with Onigawara's character. They could have tossed him aside. Oh.
Let him do this. Bloody knee like the beginning. He's grown so much.
This is just to show us how far he's come in controlling his powers.
And his emotions. Oh.
Does she notice a change?
Maybe she thought if she said it, it would throw him off.
This is amazing. This is so wholesome. Count. Just like the first intro.
The thought crossed his mind. No. No!
Kaguya-sama, 目が覚めたか。何事も無理はいかんぞ。
終わったんですね。マラソン大会。
Oh, so
お前の弟
the helmet club.
そうですか。
They never got their finishing shot.
前はもう少し暗いイメージだったけど、いい顔するようになったな。
はい。
ご機嫌だな。
そりゃ喜んでるわよ。知ったでしょう。
なんだそりゃ。
Looks like some takoyaki's cooking up. Oh, I'm worried. I'm really worried, to be honest.
Do you think it's Tsubomi?
一時的な貧血でよかったよ。
Claw?
よ。お前はあの時の。どうしてここが。また会おうって言わなかったっけ？お友達？母さん。今こっちに来ないで。ああ、親もいるんだ。そりゃそうか。これは面倒だな。それはどういう。
なんだあれ。あっちで煙が。
あの方角って。
するように火が出たんですって。放火かもって。これは確認できてないそうよ。影山さんとこの。よかった。無事だったのね。近づいちゃダメよ。ちょっとあの子誰？火の中に入っていっちゃった。
今日はお父さんが家にいたんだから。お父さんはたまに厳しいけど強くて頼りになるんだ。僕のマラソン見に来てくれたんだ。火の扱いにはいつも注意してた。花火でふざけてすごく怒られた。リツがいるんだ。いつでも冷静で大丈夫だよ。家が燃えたのは残念だ。みんながいればやり直せるんだ。うまく逃げたんだ。
逃げよう。形跡があった。誰かが乗り込んできやがったんだ。
ちょっと待って。じゃあ3人はバレた可能性もあるんじゃ。何か。
目を閉じろ。それを見るな。しげよ。
No!
Okay, that was Mob Psycho, season 2, episode 8. I don't know if I'm letting myself believe that.
I don't know if I'm letting myself believe it either. And I felt so angry at myself for some reason during those last couple seconds, because in the intro to before this episode, I was like, I think we shouldn't necessarily count Sho as a villain yet. Like, we don't know since he's like a kid, just because he does some bad things doesn't mean he's inherently like super, super evil and unredeemable. And I don't know what to think. Ritsu wouldn't.
I don't. So, okay, it's going to be difficult, but the last 10 seconds, we need to look at if we can see how many bodies there are.
There's 3. I saw 3 when I first watched it.
I see 1 before the percentage goes crazy.
1, 2, and then I believe closer to him is a 3rd.
Yeah?
I think so.
Because a big part of me doesn't believe Sho would kill Ritsu.
So you're thinking maybe just killed the parents and took Ritsu?
Maybe killed the parents, took Ritsu, maybe all 3 are just like cadavers or like fake bodies. We've seen like the whole fake body illusion before. And again, this could just be because I'm in denial, but
I could have taken them and then done this to trigger something out of Mob.
yeah. Or just to leave no suspicion in case they take Ritsu to try to experiment on him. If everybody thinks he's dead, nobody's gonna look for him.
If the whole family just... Oh, he... Like, remember what Sho said? He was like, oh, your parents are here. Like, he didn't think about the possibility that they didn't, like, live by themselves. Which means he didn't come prepared to create an illusion of fake bodies.
But remember the look that Sho gave Ritsu last season? Like, he looked at him, like, with some promise.
Yeah, so maybe he prepared some type of an illusion for taking Ritsu or something. I don't know.
It's hard for me to tell how many,
Am I doing myself a disservice by being so in denial that it would actually be his family dead? Like, should I let myself think that?
I don't know. I don't know the right answer because I don't want to think that. That being said, I don't even know where to begin how next episode is going to start in this. If there's only 2 of them, I think that his parents are dead.
Okay.
If there's 3 of them, I don't know if Ritsu is.
Do you ever think to yourself that if you get too in denial over something that happens on a show, that you're doing a disservice to the show?
Yeah.
And so then that's why I'm in that inner battle right now of should I just let myself feel the emotions of thinking it's the case? And then if I'm surprised later on that it's not true, I get the enjoyment of the surprise of being wrong. I'm not sure. I mean, I guess it just poses the question of I can't control my own feelings, and denial is a feeling, and not wanting something to be the case is totally valid. But it's sometimes I find myself, especially with shows that are so up and down roller coaster of emotions, I find myself sometimes over analyzing how I'm viewing it and feeling about it, trying to make sure I get the best viewing experience out of it. And then does that inherently somewhat stifle the experience?
I think what you bring up is a really good point, because in a lot of the sense it is taking away something, if that's what they want to make you feel and make you believe that somebody's dead, even if they're not, but also if they are. It's also hard to control emotions or doubt in something too, though. When we were watching Attack on Titan, no spoilers, but a character, I really don't think this is a spoiler, that a character in that show died. And I actually believed that they were dead because they were. But recently, like in our, without talking any more on it, because I don't want to risk a spoiler. Do you know what I'm referring to?
Yeah.
Okay, like so, like a story can do a particular way of making you feel something and not doubt something as well. The only reason I have any doubt of this being real is because this would be the most insane thing.
Yes. I
We've
think
never seen
the
in the
show
show.
has given us evidence that that would not necessarily, it wouldn't go that far severity-wise. Because, like, if we think back to when Claw first kidnapped the kids, we thought for a second that one of the kids literally had been murdered, and that they were just locked up in another room.
Yeah.
Like, there are illusions, and there are members of Claw that can create illusions. You know?
Yeah.
And if we're already in a universe where people can do really funky stuff that we can't even comprehend exactly what's possible. I mean, Mob learns that new things are possible with his powers all the time. And it would also just, this would be the... Okay, so this show does a lot of, like, really emotional roller coaster stuff with internal feelings, with little things that create some type of discomfort or something within the characters themselves, and it's a lot of internal kind of slow change or building of feelings, and it's always focused on that sort of thing. And then I feel like this is just so it's doing something different than that, if this is the case, if his parents are dead in this way by show.
I agree with you. A big question, or like not concerned, it's just that it gives me a weird feeling is whenever Tsubomi's on screen, it feels like I don't know where to place her. Like, she's obviously way more than just like side character love interest, and there's something there.
And way more than just popular girl airhead.
Yeah. And I really enjoy that in her character, and I'm always interested to see, but I guess, because I can't stop thinking about it, to argue that this is true, and his family's dead, this episode and his character development in the past 10 episodes, I could see coming to a explosion, for lack of a better term.
Especially if you're doing the whole season showing, oh look, Mob can change.
He's
and he
changing,
is changing.
he's growing.
And then
everybody's there for him today.
Everyone was there for him, cheering him on, supporting him.
And then, out of nowhere, this happens.
Like, even going out of their way to really support him.
It depends on where they're going to go with the story, right? It depends if we're going to get back to the normalcy that we had, the normal life we had with Mob.
Or if it was once Mob changes, their normal is a new normal. It's different. Something, everything's changing.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm scared. Did we ever learn what happened to Teru's parents?
Did we know?
Because he lives alone.
Oh. Well, I wouldn't say that's uncommon necessarily in like anime or
yeah, I know, but like I'm just going narratively, like in comparison that he knew of Claw, and
he didn't he move away from his parents because Claw was watching? Or
I think we had a line about that, but I'm not 100% sure. That's why I'm asking. Like that could, I don't know. How did they get the house? And he shot that Tsubomi's evil still? And she pointed.
I don't think so.
Show to them. I don't know.
I think it's definitely would make sense to me that Claw could figure out where they live, especially if they know their names.
Yeah, that's true.
I mean, they got all of the paperwork from that kind of that place that Ritsu was going before he developed his powers. You know, obviously they had their names first and last, probably even Ritsu's address when he started going there. So once they took over and took all the kids, I'm sure they would have all of that evidence.
I definitely felt the fear of God when Sho showed up at the door.
I mean, just how scared Ritsu was, and just the fact that he was like, "Mom, like, do not come over here."
Okay. I kind of just want to watch the next episode, to be honest.
I do too.
You ready
Yeah.
to do that?
Yeah.
You good?
I don't know what I'm gonna see, and I don't know if I'm gonna want to see it.
Yeah, I'm just.
So
I feel like I
guess we
can't.
just need to see it.
I feel
like we have to rip off the Band-Aid.
I'm like
and just
holding
watch
my
the next
breath, and I
episode.
need to be able to see it to exhale.
Yeah. Okay.
Alright.
So we're just gonna rip off the Band-Aid.
Yeah.
Cool.
Thank you guys so much for watching this video. Please like, comment, and subscribe, and we hope to see you next time.